All right, hello and welcome to UI 309 for the fall semester. I will be the professor, Mr. John Unterreiner. Some of you have probably had me before, but if not, welcome. Today it's just a brief video, maybe 15 minutes. I'll give you a course overview, talk a little bit about myself, and some tips on how to succeed in the course. So, I graduated from SEMO with both undergrad and graduate. Moved to Kansas City for a little while and worked up there in a court system. Drug court system for juveniles, worked as an adult probation officer, worked in the correctional system, um, but was born and raised here, and ultimately now I live in St. Louis and commute down for work. So excited to be here. This is my fourth year up at SEMO, so it should be a good time. I've taught UI 309 quite a few times, and it's a very interesting course. Talking about some behavior that we don't get to talk about in some of the other classes with serial killers and terrorists and things like that. So it can be a very interesting course. I apologize for the book. It's an older book, um, very small print. It can be difficult to read sometimes, but it does have a lot of good information in there. So this is our Moodle page. This is where everything will be, kind of the lifeline. I'll post some videos every now and then, but for the most part, this is how you'll find everything. On announcements, right at the top, you'll see some of the things that I post, the welcome note that I posted there on Sunday. Those will all generate to you via email, but if you need to go back and you've lost the email, they will be in there. There's some other things like class information and introduction, the instructor introduction, and some of the other things that are not important, but certainly not as important as the syllabus and the outcomes and some of the guidelines. So we'll get to the syllabus in a second. And along the way, we'll get to the journal guidelines and written guidelines as well. You'll also see on here the Purdue Online Writing Lab. This is going to be a great resource. When you click it and click the link, it's going to bring you to that page. I am very big on APA style and making sure that you're doing the right in-text citations. So you'll be able to navigate that page to find the information you need when it comes time for those things. Right. Moving on down, you'll see how the page is outlined. Unit 1, chapters 1 through 4. You'll see the date over here on the left, August 19th, today until next Monday, the 26th. You'll see what chapter we're covering. Then on the right, you'll see the assignments, read, quiz, and journal. Please read the book. I say this in all of my classes, especially online. It's easy to overlook the book and simply go to the quiz and simply go to the journal. And I'm not saying you can't get a good grade, because you can. But you will miss out on a lot of good information. You'll miss out on a lot of things that I think you'll find interesting. And then ultimately, when it comes time for the exam, I think if you don't read, there will be questions in there that you're not going to be familiar with that don't come from the quiz and the journal. So it's always my advice to read. You're paying for this education. Take the most out of it. Again, the book's kind of wonky, but it's got some really good stuff in there that's really fun to read. So you'll see that. You'll see next week is chapters 2 and 3, so you'll have the same thing. You'll see the due dates. All of them will be due Mondays at noon. So that's pretty self-explanatory. As we go down in each unit, you'll see the PowerPoints. You'll see the quizzes, and the quiz will have the due date and everything. It'll have 5 multiple choice questions. You'll have 5 minutes. You'll see the journal for chapter 1. If you click on it, it will have the question, briefly explain each of the 3 perspectives of human nature, and then you'll do start or edit my journal and go from there. Okay, 2 of you have already done it, so that's good. So as we go forward, that's kind of how it will be. You'll see the same thing for 2 and 3, the following week's assignments, and then chapter 2 written assignment. On this will actually be a file upload. You'll click on it and you'll be able to upload your own file when it comes time for that. And if you go further down, then you simply see all the assignments that are available there. So going back up, I want to go over the syllabus because it's everything for you guys. So here it is. You'll see on there my office number, Brand Music Hall Room 332. You'll see my phone number. I can tell you I rarely answer that, so please just shoot me an email. If we need to talk on the phone, you can send me your phone number and I'll call you from my cell phone. And that's the easiest way to get a hold of me is email. My office hours are on there. Most of the time Monday 10:15 to 1:15, but every now and then that switches over to Wednesdays. I'll let you read the description, purpose, learning outcomes, and the textbook. I'm going to skip over to page 2, which is the meat and potatoes, the evaluation, the grading, and all that good stuff. You'll see there in yellow at the top of page 2 or near the top, no student will be considered for a bump in their grade if they did not complete all the assignments and did not complete all available extra credit opportunities. I will work with you if you're close and you've done everything you need to do. Okay, if you're at a 79 point whatever or an 89 or whatever the case might be, and you've submitted your assignments, you've done the extra credit, I will work with you. Okay, because then it's on me and my mistakes potentially throughout the course that didn't give you the points. But if you don't turn in assignments, you don't do the extra credit, and you find yourself on that border there, I'm not going to work with you. Okay. Because that means you had the opportunity, you didn't take advantage. So please take advantage. There'll be some extra credit opportunities that arise throughout the semester, and I'll make sure you guys know about them. Right below that, you'll see each assignment is due on Monday at noon, except for the final exam that will be due on a Thursday, way down the line. But all your assignments will always be due on a Monday at noon. If it's getting close to Monday at noon, you haven't done an assignment, you know you need to get it done. 16 quizzes, there'll be 5 points each for a total of 80 points. Journals, there'll be 6 journals. Journals are worth 10 points for a total of 60 points. You will see below them, or below that, journals requiring text citations. We'll talk about this in a minute when we get to the guidelines. All right. Written work, there will be 4 written assignments, so 6 journals, 4 written assignments. The written assignments are worth a little bit more points, 15 points for a total of 60 points. And then finally, you'll have a final paper. This will be due towards the end of the semester, right before Thanksgiving. There's also guidelines about that too. I won't bore you with that right out of the gate, although you're more than welcome to do it at any time, but it's not due till later, so I'll send something out once we get into the class and start rolling. I will say that the topic is left up to you. Okay? It needs to be related to the course, related to one of the topics that we talked about, but hopefully you find something interesting over this course and you're able to use that topic and expound on it to find something that you want to write about. We do have exams. We have 4 exams. That is wrong on there, so I'll need to change it. But there will be 4 exams, not 2. Okay? There'll be one for each unit, unit 1, 2, 3. Those will be 50 points, and then the unit 4 exam will be 75 points, and it will be your final exam. It's cumulative, but for the 60 to 65 of the questions will come from unit 4. So it's cumulative in nature, but vast majority of them are coming from unit 4. And again, I'll get that changed on the syllabus to reflect that. So you'll see down here the percentage point. There's nothing tricky. 90, 80, 70, 60, and 59 and below would be a failing grade. Okay. Again, with the attendance and participation, there it is. Makeups and late assignments is very important. Don't email me late assignments. I won't accept them. Okay. Your assignments are due. They're open for a little over 7 days. Okay, 7 days and 12 hours. If you choose to wait until Monday at 11:50 to turn in your assignment, that's perfectly fine. It will get the same grade as if you turned it in a full 7 days early. Okay. I don't look at when you turned it in unless it's late. Okay. And on the written assignment, it's not going to let you submit a late one. Same with the quizzes. On the journals, it will. But if it's 12:01, they won't get graded. Please don't wait until the last second, because I can tell you from experience things do happen. Okay? Computers break down, kids get sick from school, your car breaks down, whatever the case might be. Okay, there's a whole host of things that happen throughout the day. If you wait, I can assure you at some point over this 16-week semester, something's going to happen and you're going to miss those assignments. And you're going to email me, and I can promise you I'm not going to accept it unless it's a very legitimate reason. A computer dying, kid getting sick, car breaking down are not legitimate. Okay? While they may be on emergencies, you've had over 7 days to do it. So if you want to wait till the last second, you want to wait till Sunday night to do it, and your power goes out with a storm, that's on you. Okay, so please carve out a little bit of time. The quiz is 5 minutes. Okay, so that doesn't take much. And the journals and written assignments will take a little bit longer, but admittingly, these assignments are not designed to take up a crazy amount of time for you. So please be aware of that. I won't grade them. Academic dishonesty, cheating, and plagiarism. Anything you turn in is subject to the rules of plagiarism. Right? Please don't copy and paste. If you need to use word for word from source, that is perfectly fine. Put it in quotations and have the proper in-text citation. That's not plagiarism then, because you're giving that source credit. But if you copy and paste and I catch it, then we'll have a conversation, and there's a lot of different routes we can go from there. But please don't do it. Okay. The other thing is, don't take exams online together. Right? That's not allowed. I mean, I'm not dumb enough to know it doesn't happen, but it's not allowed. We can see, faculty can see what IP address you used when you log into Moodle. We can see the time, we can see everything you click on. So please don't make it a case to where we have to have that conversation either. Just take it on your own, study for it on your own. It's not a big deal. You guys will do good on it, okay? Over here on the last page, academic services is a big one. If you need more time on quizzes, if you struggle with some kind of reading, Moodle, reading the exams, whatever the case might be, please let me know. Please contact academic services first, and they'll usually reach out to me and you, and we'll set something up. Questions or concerns, if you have any, please come to me first. I'll be more than happy. I'm very easygoing, laid back. I'll be more than happy to work something out. If you're not happy with coming to me, then my chair, my boss, Dr. Christopher Bradley's contact information is on there. At the bottom here is just the outline for the whole course. This is on Moodle as well, what you'll see. Okay. So if we go back to Moodle, that's the syllabus, and then we come down here, we'll see journal guidelines and written guidelines. So for your journal guidelines, they need to range from 300 to 500 words, so pretty short. But do make sure that you're answering the question in detail. Don't get to 301 words and just stop writing if you haven't given a good detailed answer. And there's a difference between answering a question and giving a good detailed answer. All right. Some people answer it in 300 words, and that's fine. It may have answered it, but you're leaving key details out. Okay. That's going to lose you points. Don't be afraid. When in doubt, add extra detail. Explain your comments fully. This is important. The next step. Journal should have at least one source, even opinion-based. I might ask some opinion-based journals. What's your opinion on the Oklahoma City bomb? Or what's your opinion on gun laws in relation to mass shootings recently in this country? Okay, I'm asking you a specific opinion, but I still want a source. Okay? I want your opinion to be rooted in some kind of factual knowledge, not just shooting from the hip of whatever you read on Twitter. Okay, I want you to actually go out and find a reputable source that backs up your side of the opinion. And there's all sorts of sides, so you can still have it, but I want it to be rooted in facts, and that source needs to be cited. Okay? I don't need a reference at the bottom of the page. I need an in-text citation. That means it's in the actual 300 to 500 words. You get done writing a sentence that you pulled from a source. At the end of that sentence before the punctuation, you enter that in-text citation. That's where the APA Purdue OWL link will come in handy. If you have any questions, please email me. Okay? If you don't include an in-text citation, it's an automatic 0 on assignments. Okay? A 0 out of 10 and a 0 out of 15 on written assignments is a pretty big blunder. So please email me. I'll be more than happy to help you out. Okay? But please know that's the way it goes. On written assignment guidelines, they're going to be pretty similar, right? Except a little bit more detail oriented. They're 750 to 1,000 words. Okay? The other thing is on journal assignments, you're just going to write right in a Moodle box that it gives you. On written assignments, you're going to upload a document, whether that's a Word document or a Pages document or whatever kind of computer you have. With that being said, you need to be typing in Times New Roman, 12-point font, and double spaced. Very, very simple. If you don't know how to do that, you can type however you want. At the end, highlight it, go up here, Times New Roman, 12-point font, and then depending on the type of computer you have, most of them you can right-click and go down to paragraph and click double spacing if you highlight the whole page, and it will do that for you. But all that's out there on Google, and I think most of you probably know that. But please don't skip over that. You'll lose points. For written assignments, you need 2 sources. The book is a perfectly acceptable source. However, you will need a second one. All right? For journals, you just need 1. The book can be it. If you want to use an outside source, that's fine as well. Okay? You only need APA in-text citations on these written assignments. I don't need a title page. I don't need an abstract. I don't need reference pages. I don't need weird headers. You can just open up a document and start typing. Okay? Nothing else. However, these do require research, right? So I treat them as research papers, which means I don't want personal opinions. Okay? I don't want personal stories. I don't want any I statements, me, us, my family, my mom, my dad, anything like that. You may have had past experiences that relate to the questions I'm asking, and that's wonderful. Use those past experiences, but use them on how you shape your wording. Don't put yourself in that wording. If you're talking about the traumas of being a victim of a mugging on the side of the street. Find relevant peer-reviewed research that backs that up. Okay? Your personal experience is great to relate to and great to find sources from, but it doesn't need to be included in the paper. So please, if you have questions about that, let me know. But if you find yourself starting to write in high school or in my experiences, and you're using I and you're using things like that, that's wrong. Please take that out and find sources that back it up. Okay? Your written assignment should have just basic English, an introduction, a body, and a conclusion. Do not forget that conclusion. Don't forget to summarize the work that you've done. Again, if you have questions about those, please let me know. But please do follow these when it comes time to submit those assignments. Again, the written paper guidelines are going to be on there. How to format APA paper, those will be on there. I bet if you scroll down to the bottom, so I'll need to upload the written paper guidelines, but those, you'll see those as well in this little section. If you have any questions at all, please let me know. I look forward to working with you. Okay. The one last thing I'll say is please look at your feedback. If I give you feedback, and admittedly it's pretty minimal feedback, if you do great work, I might say excellent job, good work, 10 out of 10 on the journal, or excellent job, good writing, -1 because of of improper in-text citation, something like that. But if you look at that, then the following week when you submit that assignment, you'll be able to go back and you'll be able to fix it. And that way, the next time you submit something, you'll get a 10 out of 10 or a better grade. Also, when you look at the feedback, you can ask questions. Okay, you'll see my writing in there, and if you look at it and you think, I don't know what this guy's talking about, please shoot me an email. I'll be more than happy to answer in detail. So, again, I know that was a quick overview. I look forward to working with you. We'll be in touch throughout the semester, and I'll get the syllabus fixed, and I'll get the final paper guidelines up as well. So, good luck to you.